where ideas will meet action and AI innovations will drive real world change. Open to AI innovators, thinkers, researchers, and creators. Many participate in any of these innovations. AI is transforming lives like never before. Across sectors, across communities, the next era of innovation is being powered by AI, which is built for impact. And at the heart of this transformation stands India, leading a global conversation on responsible AI solutions for the future. In February 2026, the world will unite at the India AI Impact Summit to unlock AI's full potential for humanity, where ideas will meet action and AI innovations will drive real-world change. Backed by the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, Government of India, India AI Mission, and esteemed partners, we invite the world to join a movement that brings sustainable AI solutions to the forefront. If you're a researcher, AI enthusiast, technologist, entrepreneur, or policymaker from any part of the world, this is your.
Before event starts, we would like to request you to note following points. Please turn off your mobile phone or set it to silent mode during the seminar. Simultaneous interpretation between Japanese and English will be provided during the seminar today. Channel 1 is Japanese and Channel 2 is English. Please return the receiver to the reception desk after the event. Thank you for your cooperation. We will start the event shortly. 開会に先立ちましてお願いを申し上げます。
Before we start the event, please turn off your mobile phone or set it at the silent mode. And there will be simultaneous interpreting between Japanese and English. Please use a receiver. Channel 1 is Japanese and channel 2 is English. After the end of the seminar, please return your receiver to the reception. Then event will start shortly.
AI is transforming lives like never before. Across sectors, across communities, the next era of innovation is being powered by AI, which is built for impact. And at the heart of this transformation stands India, leading a global conversation on responsible AI solutions for the future. In February 2026, the world will unite at the India AI Impact Summit to unlock AI's full potential for humanity, where ideas will meet action and AI innovations will drive real-world change. Backed by the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, Government of India, India AI Mission, and esteemed partners, we invite the world to join a movement that brings sustainable AI solutions to the forefront. If you're a researcher, AI enthusiast, technologist, entrepreneur, or policymaker from any part of the world, this is your moment to solve real-world challenges, scale your ideas, and make a lasting impact. The summit brings 3 challenges with one shared purpose: advancing AI for collective progress. So we're calling all innovators from across the world. AI for All, a challenge open to AI innovators, thinkers, researchers, analysts from across the world who can create pilot-ready solutions that will solve real-world challenges. AI by Her, a challenge that empowers women-led teams redefining AI for public good. Yubai, a challenge for all the ignited young minds who can shape the future with AI. Bring your AI solutions to the front and get a chance to win prize awards up to 60 million and a global showcase at the India AI Impact Summit 2026. From global recognition to mentorship, investor access, and cloud credits, this is your launchpad to scale your impact on a world stage. Because the future isn't built by one idea, it's built by one too many. So participate in
Thank you for your participation for the event, India-Japan Next Generation Economic Partnership, Inauguration of India-Japan SME Forum today. 皆様、本日は日印次世代
Today, thank you very much for participating in the event India-Japan Next Generation Economic Partnership, Inauguration of the India-Japan SME Forum.
event. We would like to request Her Excellency Ms. Naguma Mohammed Malik, Ambassador of India to Japan, to present inaugural remarks. 本日のイベントを開催するにあたりまして、
To start this event, we would like to ask Her Excellency Ms. Nagma Malik, Ambassador Designated of India to Japan. We would like to ask her to do the inaugural remarks.
Your Excellency, Mr. Ino Toshiro, the Honorable State Minister for Economy, Trade and Industry of the Government of Japan, Shri Amardeep Singh Bhatia, Secretary DPIIT, who I understand is joining us virtually, Mr. Ishiguro Norihiko, the Chairman and CEO of the Japan External Trade Organization, Mr. Takayama Naritoshi, the Deputy DG for Trade, Economic Cooperation and Food at METI, Mr. Ogawa Kazunori, the Senior Managing Director of JBIC, Mr. Rajesh Pandya, Director and Executive Officer of CAI India, Mr. Sayu Shinya, DG of SPRIC. Dear business leaders and friends, it is a great pleasure for me to welcome you all to the inauguration ceremony of the India-Japan SME Forum, an important milestone in the India-Japan Next Generation Economic Partnership. Today's event follows the successful visit of our Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi, to Japan in August 2025, which gave a renewed momentum to our special strategic and global partnership. Through the joint vision for the next decade, our countries have reaffirmed and upgraded this partnership. Friends, the Prime Ministers of India and Japan, to quickly recapitulate, have committed to some important initiatives. The Next Generation Economic Partnership to deepen trade, investment and industrial collaboration with a target of 10 trillion yen in new Japanese investments in India in sectors including small and medium enterprises. Economic security to build resilient supply chains in critical sectors like semiconductors, clean energy, clean minerals, critical minerals, biotechnology, and pharmaceuticals. Next generation mobility partnership for smart, connected, and disaster-resilient infrastructure. These include high-speed rails, metros, airports, roadways, and others. Ecological sustainability promoting green growth and clean energy cooperation, and many other such important sectors of cooperation. The ambition that we have for our partnership is high, but we believe that we can achieve this. The SME, or small and medium enterprises sector in India and Japan, plays a vital role in driving economic growth, fostering innovation, and generating employment. SMEs constitute a significant portion of the industrial sector, contributing around 31% to our GDP, 35% of our manufacturing output, and providing employment to over 267 million people in India. In other words, it's an important sector of our economy. Likewise, it was impressive to learn that in Japan, there are 3.36 million small and medium-sized enterprises that account for 99.7% of all established companies and roughly 70% of the employed workforce. Therefore, SMEs in India and in Japan, they are known for their flexibility, entrepreneurial spirit, and the ability to adapt to market changes. SMEs continue to be a backbone of rural and urban economies, supporting larger industries and facilitating inclusive development. Friends, the India-Japan partnership is built on a solid foundation laid by our shared values, shared interests, and common aspirations. It is derived from our common aim to ensure a free, open, and prosperous Indo-Pacific. Today, India is one of the fastest growing major economies, with growth clocking in at around 7% year on year. Our inflation is under control and manufacturing and services sectors are doing well. In 2024-2025, India's overall export of goods and services was of the value of around $825 billion, of which merchandise exports alone were about were of the value of about US dollars 437 billion. India's structural fundamentals remain robust for sustained economic growth. A digitally savvy, young working population, which is nearly 1 billion strong, underlies our growth and will drive it for decades. With an average age of 29 years, the Indian economy, we believe, will drive growth in the global economy for the next few decades to come. Our economic growth, Excellency, is also underpinned by broad-based financial inclusion. As per the survey report on overseas business expansion of Japanese manufacturing companies done by JETRO, as well as the Overseas Business Survey by the JBIC, India maintains its position as the topmost promising country over the medium term in the next 3 years, underpinned, we believe, by the same fundamentals that I just mentioned to you. Today, Japan is the 5th largest investor in India, with the cumulative FDI inflows exceeding US dollars 44 billion since the year 2000. Around 1,500 Japanese companies are operating from around 5,200 locations in India. Notably, more than 40% of annual Japanese FDI is directed towards India's manufacturing sector. The key sectors include automobiles, financial and business services, pharmaceuticals, metallurgy, and electrical equipment. There are 11 Japan industrial townships or towns in India with anchor industries like Suzuki's Maruti in Gurgaon and Toyota and Honda in Rajasthan. These are hubs of advanced Japanese technology, and they promote deeper collaboration between Indian suppliers and Japanese companies. As India continues to develop these industrial ecosystems, it enhances its role as a global manufacturing leader, embodying the vision of Make in India, Make for the World. Japan has also been one of India's most trusted partners in infrastructure development, from the Delhi Metro to the Mumbai-Ahmedabad high-speed rail, and from the industrial corridors to urban transport systems. Japanese investments have helped to build not just our physical infrastructure, but also long-term confidence in India's economic trajectory. In India today, there are around 59 million registered micro, small, and medium-sized enterprises, what we call MSMEs. They employ more than 250 million people. These enterprises generate a significant share of the country's economic output, like I mentioned earlier. Friends, this India-Japan SME Forum that we are launching today will facilitate the expansion of Japanese SMEs into India. This forum will also act, we hope, as a vital bridge for innovation, co-creation, and market access, enabling both Indian and Japanese entrepreneurs to scale up globally. I'm very happy to note, Excellency, that Japan will be sending SME delegations covering a wide range of sectors to India. This includes AI, aerospace, semiconductors, advanced manufacturing, electronics, education, amongst other sectors. The first mission focusing on the aerospace sector is likely to visit India as early as next month. We hope that these SME delegations from Japan to India will help to attract complementary ancillary industries from Japan, enabling them to grow alongside existing anchor industries. We recognize that SMEs have unique needs, and we are committed to ensure that Japanese SMEs can thrive in India. The government of India is working closely with Japanese companies to facilitate smoother operations, including through our 11 dedicated Japan Industrial Townships, JITs. I want to assure all of you today, and you, Excellency, that my colleagues, Madhusudan, my deputy, Debjani, Pramesh, all my colleagues at the embassy who deal with the economic sectors, and I we are available and we will be available at the embassy to help smooth the path in India for all Japanese SMEs who go to India. Together, we believe that our nations can help together we can build sustainable value, not just for our economies, but for Asia and the world. Thank you very much. Namaskar. A great pleasure to welcome all of you here. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for your remarks. 続きまして、経済産業
Next, the state, His Excellency Mr. Ino Toshiro, State Minister of Economy and Trade and Industry, will.
Ino Toshiro, State Minister of Economy, Trade and Industry, to keynote address.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Toshiro Ino, State Minister of Economy, Trade and Industry. I'd like to extend my heartfelt congratulations on the inauguration of the Japan-India SME Forum in the presence of Her Excellency Naguma Mohammed Malik, the Ambassador Designate of Japan to India to Japan. Well, when Prime Minister Narendra Modi made inaugural visit to Japan in September 2014, Japan and India agreed to elevate the bilateral relations to a special strategy and global partnership. Over the subsequent decade, the cooperation between Japan and India has advanced across a wide range of fields, including security and economy. During the Japan-India summit held during Prime Minister Modi's visit to Japan last August, discussions were held on how Japan and India should advance our relationship over the next decade, building upon these accumulated efforts. As a result, both countries agreed to build a mutually complementary relationship that leverages each other's strengths and co-create the social and economic value needed to solve the challenges facing further generations. And cooperation will be pursued in three pillars: security and defense cooperation, economic investment and innovation cooperation, and people-to-people exchanges. Earlier this week, I met with the visiting Minister of Petroleum and Natural Gas, Hardeep Singh Puri, and discussed bilateral energy cooperation, which falls under the pillars of economy, investment, and innovation. We confirmed the potential for further cooperation in the energy sector between our two countries. There has already been a good progress in economic investment and innovative cooperation. The 5-year, 5 trillion yen target for public and private investment in India, set by then Prime Minister Kishida in 2022, was achieved in just 3 years. Consequently, our new target of 10 trillion yen in private investment in India has now been established. I myself revisited India last May, accompanying a Speaker of House of Representatives, Fukushiro Nukaga, and I was overwhelmed by the vibrant energy of the rapidly growing nation. Achieving the 10 trillion yen private investment target in India requires not only the continued expansion of large corporations already operating there, but also the promotion of entry into India by Japanese SMEs. The Japan-India Joint Vision for the next decade, released as an outcome document of the Japan-India Summit, includes provisions to encourage collaboration between SMEs of our two countries. And this will be achieved by promoting visit to India by Japanese SMEs, expanding supporting industries, and launching a Japan-India Forum. So today's forum is the very first step in making this a reality. Furthermore, under the leadership of Chairman Tatsuo Yasunaga of the Japan-India Business Cooperation Committee of the Japan Chamber of Commerce and Industry, an SME mission will be dispatched coming coming December, jointly by METI. The mission will visit Bangalore, a hub for cutting-edge R&D sectors like aerospace, and the capital, Delhi. 12 companies, including SMEs and startups interested in expanding their business in India, are scheduled to participate. So, the Japanese companies with high technological capability are increasing their interest in India. And to promote further understanding, METI will provide further support. I also hope that all of you participating today will visit the region, broaden the base of Japan-India Economic Exchange, and contribute to further promoting economic cooperation between our two countries. 1 week prior to Prime Minister Modi's visit to Japan last August, the Indian Ocean Africa Economic Sphere Initiative was announced at the 9th Tokyo International Conference on African Development held in Yokohama. This initiative builds upon the Japan-India Cooperation Initiative for Sustainable Economic Development in Africa, announced by Minister of Economy, Trade and Industry Yoji Muto at the Japan-India Africa Business Forum held by METI in Tokyo last February. I would like to conclude my words asking Japan and India to continue to work together through private-public sector collaboration in order to develop our bilateral relationship and foster greater cooperation with third countries, including Africa. Thank you very much for your kind attention.
貴重なご講演を
Thank you very much for a keynote address.
Amardeep Singh Bhatia, Secretary, Department for Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade, Government of India, to make special remarks virtually. 続きまして、インド商工省産業国内取引推進局事務次官
Next, I would like to ask Mr. Amardeep Singh Bhatia, Secretary, Department of Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade, Government of India, to make a remark.
I think we got disconnected. Shall I go ahead? I'm not able to see anything there.
Yep, sir, please.
Okay. Excellency, Indian Ambassador to Japan, Mrs. Nagma Mohammed Malik. Excellency, Mr. Ino Toshiro, State Minister of Economic Trade and Industry, honorable dignitaries, esteemed business leaders, and distinguished guests. It's a privilege to join you at the inauguration of the India-Japan SME Forum under the Next Generation Economic Partnership. This forum gives concrete shape to the vision announced at the 2025 annual summit that the next chapter of our partnership will be led by a vibrant, innovation-led SMEs from both countries. Japan is among India's most steadfast economic partners, shaping our industrial and infrastructure landscape through long-term, high-quality investments and technology partnerships. Japan is India's fifth largest investor, with cumulative FDI inflows of $44.9 billion between April 2000 and June 2025. Over 40% of Japanese FDI is in manufacturing, supporting India's industrial priorities and integration into global value chains. There are 1,434 Japanese companies with 5,200 plus business establishments in India as of October 2024. Japan is the only country with 11 dedicated Japanese industrial townships across 8 states, housing 123 Japanese companies and offering bespoke infrastructure and facilitation. From spiritual ties to strategic cooperation, India and Japan have built a partnership of trust and shared purpose. Today, by focusing on SMEs, we add a new enterprise-level dimension, linking factories, innovators, and workers in India and Japan. Our discussions today build directly on the momentum generated by Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi's visit to Japan in August 2025 for the 15th India-Japan Annual Summit, which set an ambitious forward-looking agenda. This SME forum is among the first platforms to operationalize that vision. We may like to recall that at the summit, Japan announced a 10 trillion yen commitment in private sector investments over the next decade, the largest ever commitment from Japan to India. This builds on the earlier 5 trillion yen target set in 2022, where significant progress has already been made. A special focus has been placed on deepening partnerships between SMEs and startups from both countries in this vision. The India-Japan Economic Security Initiative was also launched to strengthen supply chain resilience, particularly in sectors such as semiconductors and electronics, battery technologies and critical minerals, clean energy technologies, and pharmaceuticals. A human capital exchange program targeting 5 lakh professionals and students over the next 5 years will create the talent pipeline for this expanded cooperation. A 10-year joint vision was adopted across 8 key pillars, including technology, mobility, clean energy, and innovation. As a quick follow-up, the 7th India-Japan Industrial Competitiveness Leadership Partnership meeting was held on September 2025 at MITI headquarters in Tokyo. The meeting reviewed the progress in the working groups as well as discussed ways in which actions on the decisions of the Leaders Summit could be fast-tracked. On the sidelines of the 7th IGICP meeting, I led a delegation to Osaka and Fukuoka. During our interactions with the industry and associations there, we saw a lot of enthusiasm for developing deeper partnerships in India. We discussed synergies between India's startup ecosystem and the region's SMEs and deep tech companies. We also identified strong complementarities in advanced manufacturing, smart factories, healthcare and medical devices, as well as other sectors, which will combine Japan's technological leadership with India's talent base. The task now is to fill this framework with real projects, factories, and jobs, and I'm sure that the SME Forum will act as a bridge between these high-level commitments and on-ground collaborations. The confidence with which India and Japan are deepening their partnership is anchored in India's strong and resilient growth story. For Japanese businesses and SMEs, India offers a distinct advantage that rests on scale, stability, and reforms. Dynamic growth has been, India is the fastest growing major economy with 7.8% GDP growth in April to June quarter earlier this calendar, and we are projected to grow at 6.5% for 25-26 and for a number of years to thereafter. It is now the 4th largest economy, with annual FDI inflows doubling in a decade from $35 billion to 84 billion US dollars. In the first quarter of the year, we had inflows of $26 billion, setting us to achieve a target of $100 billion during this year. India has the world's largest working age population, as was also mentioned by Excellency the Ambassador, creating both a vast consumer market and a competitive tech-savvy manufacturing workforce. Make in India initiative of the government has made manufacturing a central growth engine. 20 plus focus areas integrating into global value chains, and Japanese firms such as Suzuki, Toyota, Hitachi, and Daikin already using India as a strategic production and exporter. India aims to grow to a US $30+ trillion economy by 2047. raise its per capita income from $2,730 to $22,000 and expand exports from $700 billion to $6 trillion with a high manufacturing share. We have a clear roadmap and are undertaking policy reforms on a continuous basis to achieve this. High-level committees have been set up to continuously look at existing regulations with a microscope and deregulate. The trajectory is clear and certain. Private enterprise and business should flourish and be the engine for generating growth and opportunities. India is rolling out 11 industrial corridors. Japan is also part of the planning process for this, and there are 32 projects. The logistics is planned through the PM Gati Shakti plan. Asia's largest rail network covering 70,000 plus kilometers, world's second largest road network, and 40 to 50 kilometer highways being built on a daily basis are something which are adding to the infrastructure which is already there. PLI schemes and various other sector-specific schemes are catalyzing high-value manufacturing, with 26 Japanese companies committing $1.34 billion, supported by National Single Window System and ongoing reforms to improve ease of doing business. India offers a large growing market, a young workforce, and a strategic base. Latest JBIC survey, as was also mentioned by the Honorable Ambassador, ranks India as number one for the 15th consecutive year for Japanese markets, Japanese expansion among the Japanese industry, while the latest survey by JETRO notes that around 80% of Japanese firms in India plan to expand in the near term. Taken together, these numbers show that India combines growth, scale, reforms, and opportunity for Japanese SMEs. India is not just a market, but a long-term manufacturing and innovation base for the Indo-Pacific and the entire world. Against this background, SMEs are emerging as true drivers of the next phase of India-Japan economic cooperation. Our objective is to connect Japanese quality in technology with Indian scale and entrepreneurship to a predictable, supportive ecosystem. India has a large MSME base, contributing 30% of the GDP and 45% of exports, which are available for partnership with more than 3.5 million SMEs from Japan, which also account for 40% of value added and 70% of employment. We offer a very robust ecosystem for the Japanese SMEs to partner in India and manufacture in India. The Japanese industrial townships, which are 11 in number in 8 states, offer a unique arrangement where bespoke arrangements are made for the companies. The key features of these townships include Japanese desks for translation and facilitation, plug-and-play industrial infrastructure, residential clusters for Japanese families and professionals, special incentives and streamlined approvals, ready-to-move-in facilities with fully developed land. We have sector-specific opportunities for Japanese SMEs in semiconductors and electronics. There are various schemes supporting the SMEs in the automotive and e-mobility sector, where India is the third largest automobile markets. Strong incentives are available for EVs, batteries, and advanced components. There are targets of 500 gigawatt renewable energy to be produced by 2030, which drives demand for hydrogen storage and efficient technologies. That large infrastructure and manufacturing projects require advanced machinery, robotics, and automation, which should drive the capital goods and industrial machinery sector. The growing healthcare market offers opportunities in devices, diagnostics, and R&D collaboration in the pharmaceutical and medical devices sector. Government also has set up support mechanisms such as the fast-track mechanism under IGICP to resolve issues where the Japanese representatives as well as the Indian high-level officers sit together, bring the entire government together to resolve any issues which the Japanese side faces. MSME working group promoting capacity building through IWES, Kaizen and curricula on Japanese manufacturing practices, business matching programs, including partnerships such as the BCIC, SMRJ, MOU, and CII-led matchmaking under the SGBBE initiative, support SME and startup matchmaking between India and Japan. In the logistics space also, we have in place a national logistics policy which has brought in efficiency in movement of goods in and out of country and within the country. Presence of Japanese banks in India have increased, and in collaboration with regional financial institutions in Japan, such as Gunma Bank, Bank of Okura, etc., they would be able to support their clientele, especially the SMEs setting base in India. In West India, working with JETRO as a partner is available for handholding, project development, and on-ground facilitation. Taken together, these elements create a complete corridor for SMEs from industrial land and infrastructure to policy support, finance, and business matchmaking. Our message to Japanese SMEs is clear. India is ready with dedicated townships, partners, and programs to welcome you and grow with you. Key question now, therefore, is how to convert this potential into a concrete pipeline of SME partnerships, investments, and jobs. The answer lies in focused collaboration, consistent engagement, and a shared commitment to innovation and sustainability. Well, I would like to encourage that there are greater exchange programs having large participation of SMEs. We can facilitate joint workshops, internships, and capacity building initiatives. We can enable prefecture level associations to also send delegations to Indian states, facilitate interaction at the SME level, B2B collaborations, facilitate visits to industrial clusters, facilitate visits to potential manufacturing sites, to industrial townships which are being set up, which will provide a direct exposure to the Japanese SMEs, to the Indian talent, innovation, and market conditions. We can also think of an institutionalized path ahead where annual review is held of the progress under the 8 pillars of the Indian-Japan joint vision. Continue improving the business environment through the fast-track mechanism, hold the fast-track mechanism meetings at more regular intervals, deepen the partnership at the state prefecture level, as I mentioned earlier, and also fully utilize the 5 lakh person human exchange program to build the next generation of India-Japan business leaderships. As we look ahead, the partnership between India and Japan is entering a new era, one where SMEs, startups, and young professionals are at the center of our shared growth story. Let this SME forum be remembered at the moment when we resolve to translate high-level commitments into concrete projects, joint ventures, and quality jobs on both sides. I invite all of you, industry leaders, entrepreneurs, financiers, and policymakers to use this forum to identify partners, design pilots, and commit to the next wave of India-Japan SME success story. Make in India, make for the world. Grow in India, grow together, and share in the in the wealth which will be created for both our economies. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for your remarks.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. 続きまして、日本貿易振興機構ジェトロ
Next, Chairman and CEO JETRO, Mr. Ishiguro Norihiko, will make a special remarks.
Chairman and CEO, Japan External Trade Organization.
ステーションジェトロ。
ただいまご紹介いただきました。
I'm Ishiguro from JETRO, and thank you for the kind introduction. Allow me to say a few words at the opening of the seminar regarding India today. As many of you are aware, supported by robust economic growth, is expected to surpass Japan in the near future to become the world's fourth largest economy. Furthermore, the middle income segment, defined as households earning more than $5,000 annually, is projected to exceed 70% of the population by 2030. The significant expansion in purchasing power combined with India's vast population indicates that Japan market will become increasingly attractive. JETRO's annual survey of Japanese companies operating overseas also shows that Japanese businesses in India are performing extremely well. And India had the highest proportion at 80% of companies responding that they plan to expand their business over the next 1 to 2 years. We recognize that Japanese companies' willingness to enter and expand in the Indian market has risen to unexpected level, and that management commitment to India is also strengthening. Although geopolitical risks and tensions continue to heighten worldwide, India remains one of the most closely watched countries in Japan, both in the public and private sectors. At the end of August, Prime Minister Modi visited Japan, and JETRO hosted the Japan-India Economic Forum. A total of 170 MOUs were signed, and discussions were held in 3 priority fields. The first was cooperation on economic security. The second was utilization of highly skilled Indian professionals. The third was a promotion of advanced industries, including semiconductors. Until now, our support has focused mainly on helping Japanese manufacturers expand into India, while automotive-related companies once made up the majority. Recent interest has grown in non-automotive sectors such as electronics, semiconductors, aerospace, and new energy. The total number of Japanese companies operating in India has remained around 1,500 in recent years. JETRO hopes to increase this number by promoting SME expansion and diversifying the industries entering the market. In this context, JETRO will collaborate with Japanese Chamber of Commerce and Industry and METI to dispatch an SME mission to India in December. The mission will focus on the aerospace and related sectors. We intend to continue supporting SME expansion efforts in the manufacturing sector going forward. JETRO operates 5 offices in India, supporting Japanese companies in their business with India, promoting collaboration with Indian companies in assisting Indian companies in investing in Japan. JETRO will continue working closely with Embassy of India to further strengthen the Japanese-India relationship. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you very much for your remark, special remark. Next, Mr. Ogawa Kazunori, the Senior Managing Director of Japan Bank for International Corporation.
Senior Managing Director, Japan Bank for International Corporation, to the stage for special remarks and presentation.
Her Excellency Naguma Mohammed Malik, Ambassador Designate of India to Japan, and Mr. Toshiro Ino, State Minister of Economy, Trade and Industry, and Mr. Norihiko Ishiguro, Chairman and CEO of Japan External Trade Organization, and Mr. Amaddeep Singh Bahada from Bhatia, the Secretary Department for the Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade of Government of India. Thank you very much. I'm Kazunori Ogawa, Senior Managing Director of Japan Bank for International Cooperation, or JBIC. I'm deeply grateful for this opportunity to speak at the Japan-India SME Forum. I'd also like to express my sincere appreciation to the staff of the Embassy of India in Tokyo who arranged this meeting. I will now discuss JBIC's initiative in India in highlighting the cooperation between India and Japan. India and Japan are vital partners, sharing common values of freedom, democracy, and values based on rules, and continuing to cooperate toward achieving growth and prosperity in Indo-Pacific region. And strengthening economic ties is essential for the growth and prosperity of our two countries. So Indian and Japanese companies must fully leverage their respective strengths, technical capabilities, and market development skills, and high-quality labor to create a new value. And JBIC has provided financial support for individual investment projects by Japanese companies in India, as well as for infrastructure developments in sectors such as power and transportation. And since 2020 alone, we have covered 42 projects totaling 1.36 trillion yen. And for over 30 years, JBIC has annually conducted overseas investment surveys among major Japanese companies. In the last survey conducted last fiscal year, India ranked first as the most promising destination for investments in mid and long term for the third consecutive year. And at the Japan-India Summit in August 2025, a new target of 10 trillion yen in private investment for India over the next decade was announced. JBIC intends to continue its ongoing cooperation with India in response to those policies. In recent years, under the leadership of Prime Minister Modi, India has been working to improve its business environment and increase productivity. As you can see on the slide, JBIC, as Japan's policy-based financial institution, has played a bridging role between many Japanese companies and stakeholders in India, like private companies, public enterprises, and public institutions, in accordance with the policy objectives of both Japan and India. Currently, in India, the development projects of critical infrastructure, such as railways, industrial park, and electric power, are underway to form the foundation for business, while JBIC provides individual financial support to Japanese companies investing in or operating in India. It also works closely with our Indian counterparts to strongly promote this infrastructure development. The idea is to enhance India's appeal as an investment destination. Let me give you an example. As a contribution to the Indian government's infrastructure development policy, JBIC has invested in National Industrial Corridor Development Corporation Limited, or NICDC, an organization that supports the construction of industrial parks and development of surrounding infrastructure with the aim of supporting the development of industrial corridors throughout India. So JBIC, together with NICDC, also organizes this industrial park tours for Japanese companies, and also to attract Japanese companies and also facilitate business matching. I'd like to highlight the lead route on the map, the Diria Industrial Park in Gujarat, which formed the core of Delhi-Mumbai Industrial Corridor Initiative. The semiconductor sector is particularly important for securing and strengthening the supply chain to ensure economic security. And this was mentioned during the Japan-India Summit last August. And through the development of Dorila Industrial Park and industrial park tours by Japanese companies and our investment promotion activities, we are also supporting the clustering and development of semiconductor industry. So in this way, JBIC is continuously supporting investment in India, not only through financial assistance for Japanese companies entering India, but also by supporting improvement of the business environment so that SMEs in Japan can run their business with confidence. Let me introduce another initiative. In 2023, JBIC co-invested with the Indian government in Japan-India Fund. The fund was established by NIIF, an Indian government-backed fund management company, and it's collaboratively operated by JBIC IG partner, JBIC subsidiary. The fund targets investments in India's environmental conservation sectors, such as renewable energy, electric vehicles, waste and water treatment, and projects with potential for collaboration with Japanese companies. Last October, an investment was made in Pinnacle Mobility Solutions, which manufactures and sells EV buses. And this investment in the Japan-India Fund also contributes to bilateral cooperation in the energy sector through the Japan-India Clean Energy Partnership launched in 2022. My last slide. As mentioned, JBIC has actively supported Japanese companies entering the Japan-Indian market. However, largely due to the practical difficulties of navigating local regulations, growth of investment in India by Japanese SMEs without local presence has been sluggish. To address the challenge and facilitate investment in India, JBIC has been conducting lectures and outreach activities at various opportunities. Please look at the left slide on the left-hand side. Actually, Mr. Kurihara, for the past 6 years, he was stationed in New Delhi. He is just back to Japan, and he will be in charge of JBIC's Indian operation from Japan. So I hope you talk to that person during a networking session. So we are engaged in public relations activity or provide information. We provide details about the overseas investment environment to SMEs who are considering investment in India. And generally, Japanese SMEs have strong ties with regional financial institutions in Japan. But JBIC supports monitoring by regional financial institutions of their borrowers' business operations overseas to help formulate syndicated loans. So we have also established other frameworks. And actually, we are working with 16 regional financial institutions. So as a result of these initiatives, the number of consultations or approved loans for SMEs aiming for Indian market entry has gradually increased. So we will continue contributing to expansion of Japanese companies' investment in India. We believe that the accumulation of such efforts will make the partnership between Japan and India more enduring and stronger. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you very much for your remarks. Next, Mr. Takayama Naritoshi, Deputy Director General for Trade, Economic Cooperation, and Export of Agriculture, Forestry, and Fishery Products, METI.
Naritoshi, Deputy Director General for Trade, Economic Cooperation, and Export of Agriculture, Forestry, and Fishery Products, METI, for his special remarks and presentation.
I am Takayama from the Ministry of Economy, Trade and Industry. I heard that this is the largest event since the appointment of the incoming ambassador of India to Japan. It has now been 10 years since Japan and India elevated their bilateral relationship to a special strategic and global partnership. Given today's increasingly complex global environment, the importance of Japan-India relations continues to grow. Today, I would like to introduce METI's initiatives aimed at strengthening Japan-India economic cooperation. Please take a look at slide number 1.
されています通り、本年8月には東京で開催された
In August,
首脳会談、ここで新たに
we had the
インドへの民間投資10兆円
meeting among prime ministers from both countries.
安全保障
In the joint statement, we declare that we're going to focus on 3 areas, as you can see on the slide. Next slide, please.
それでは本日のテーマでもあります
So today,
中堅企業を含めて両国間の協力をどう進めていくべきでしょうか
I would like to talk about how we should proceed with the partnership.
とへの進出企業数は
The number of Japanese companies entered into Indian market is 1,500, which is hovering around at the same level for a while. On the other hand,
民間投資が
Indian
これは年々
company investment from India to Japan has been increasing,
兆円程度
which is around 1 trillion.
また在インドの日本商工会議所の会員数も
And the number
22年度以
of members
降
of the Chamber of Commerce of Japan in India has been increasing.
2025年度の新規入会者数は
And the number of new companies who registered in 2025 was 93. And the total number of registered Japanese companies is 638. And as you can see here on the slide,
夏の首脳会談時のビジネスイベントでは
at the business event held this summer,
ビジネス関連の MOU が
170 MOUs were signed,
そこでプレッジされた投資規模は
and the investment agreed was over
でこのような規模の
10 trillion yen.
両国間での中小企業の協力
Under such circumstances, to promote businesses,
3点
I would like to touch upon 3 points today.
3点とは、地方同士の連携
One is
中小企業
collaboration
の連携そして人材交流です次のスライドをお願いします
in rural areas and the economy, investment, and innovation, and people-to-people exchange.
全企業数の 99.7%
99.7% is SMEs in Japan.
9%
And when we take a look at rural area,
85.2% が中小企業ということで
it is much higher, and the number of employees from SMEs account for 85%. So this sector is supporting Japanese economy.
地方におけるインドに対する理解を深めまして
And
インドと
by
協力
deepening the understanding of India in rural area and the
地方
joint vision,
パートナーシップということで情報交換や
we
プラクティスの共有を
share the best practice, and we're going to promote the people-to-people exchange,
この時間を設置していただいている関西
especially in Kansai area and Kyushu area where India
本業国と連携
consulate exists.
の経済団体等と連携した取り組みを
We are going to work with regional economic organizations to advance collaborative initiative. Second
中小企業の連携で
is a collaboration between SMEs within India.
新産業競争力パートナーシップというものを
But the partnership was established
バティア時間からもご紹介がありましたが
as introduced by Secretary Bhatia,
ワーキンググループと
and
設けております
we established the SME working group,
中小零細企業省と連携し
and
商産科の技術センター
the
トレー
working group works with India Ministry of Micro, Small, and Medium Enterprises to train instructors affiliated with its
こういうものを
technology centers. To date, instructor capable of teaching 5S and Kaizen, foundational elements of Japanese work practices, have been trained and certified.
現場における
Going forward, more practical training will be provided, including sharing
活用した実践
case studies that apply digital technologies to 5S and Kaizen on manufacturing sites.
を進めていきたいというふうに考えています。ま またインドで進出済みで
with a corporation of Japanese companies already operating in India.
カリキュラムやトレーニング内容を把握すべく
In order to grasp the curriculum, we're going to provide the opportunity to observe and visit
で人材育成ができるように
so that we'll be able to
進めてまいります。最後に
give training
交流の促進、次のスライドをお願いいたします。
to engineers. And last is the promotion of people-to-people exchange.
平均年齢も
India has very young population with approximately
5歳の人口で
500 million people aged 15 to 34.
そして人口ボーナス期もまだまだ2050年頃まで続くと伺って
And the growth of population will continue up until 2050. That is the anticipation. So young and excellent
を求めて
people are looking for the opportunity to work abroad.
日本では
On the other hand,
少子高齢化の進
in contrast, Japan is facing severe labor shortages, particularly in regional areas, due to the rapid aging
両国間
population.
交流を促進して双方が成長できるということを
To enable,
しまして
to enable mutual growth,
この会合でも日印
the Japan-India Human Resource Exchange Initiative was agreed upon at the summit.
経済産業省では今年度インドとの
Committee has been promoting missions to India,
へのミッションというのを
holding job fairs and other matching events, and providing supports for accepting interns.
受け入れの助成こういうものを進めてきております。次年度以降もさらに進めていく
These initiatives will continue in the next fiscal year.
最後になりましたけれども
In closing,
取り組みを通じまして
we will continue to strengthen the connection between Japanese SMEs and India
双方の架け橋となる
and expand bilateral cooperation, co-creation efforts aimed at shaping
に作る
the
その取り組
industries of the future.
み拡大していきたいというふうに考えております。ここにおられる皆さんにもですね、こうした
So, to those of you who are here,
ご協力をいただき
I sincerely hope all of you will participate in the support, participate in and support these initiatives. Thank you very much for your kind attention. Mr. Takayama, thank you very much for your remarks.
より事例紹介として日本企業2社様より
So, going forward, from two Japanese companies, they are going to introduce their examples.
貝印株式会社貝印インディア執行役員
Mr. Rajesh Pandya, Director Executive Officer, Kai India, Kai Corporation, Japan.
Mr. Rajesh U. Pandya, Director, Executive Officer, Kai India, Kai Corporation Japan, to make a presentation on Kai and India.
Thanks. Her Excellency Ambassador, His Excellency Mr. Ino Toshiro, Mr. Ishiguro Norihiko, Mr. Ogawa Kazunori, Mr. Takayama Noritoshi, Mr. Amardeep Singh Bhatia, and Okumura Akiko, Executive Vice President JETRO, and distinguished guest. Konnichiwa.
Good afternoon.
私の紹介は
Allow me to do the simple self-introduction. First of all, I've been in Japan for nearly 40 years. First of all, I started trade and I established the company named Carful. And we opened some stores both in Kansai and Tokyo. And Kidzania, the facility for children, was established. In Gakken, scientific experiment was also exported abroad. And now I work for Kai India since in 2016. We established Kai India in 2016. As you can see in this slide, Nirvana Industrial District there our factory exists. Allow me to explain a little bit about Kai. So group chairperson is the third generation chairperson, Endo Koji-san. And group CEO is the fourth generation CEO, Hiroaki Endo-san. We operate our business in over 100 countries, and we have sold over 100 million knives. And we have also sold over 250 million nail clippers. And we have also sold 1.4 billion razors around the globe. And aside from Japan, we are also operating our business, for example, in China, Vietnam, India, and the United States. We have our own factories in each country. This is the overview of Kai India. This picture is the office building of ours. We have about 300 employees. And we have over 100 agencies. And we have business with over 500 stores, large stores and retail shops, and over 25,000 general retail shops, and 1,200 chain pharmacy. What we are producing is beauty care products, nail clippers, and razors, and knives since last year. Can razor. We decided to produce over 5 million can razors in India. Over 3 million can razor is going to be sold in the country, and 2 million can razors is to be sold overseas. And we are now planning to produce kitchen scissors as well. I would like to introduce some joint venture cases in India, as you can see on the slide. Multi Suzuki, Kokuyo, Camlin, Toyota, Kirloskar Motor, Hero, Honda have been growing. But on the other hand, there are some companies who didn't do very well on the right-hand side, maybe because of the shortage of due diligence.
あと、ニトリに日本の企業がインドに行ってます。まず独自で進出し。
And there are companies, Japanese companies, that ventured into India independently and achieved success. Of course, Kai India, Daikin, Hitachi, Uniqlo, Unicharm, Panasonic, Otsuka.
私はずっと20何年インドの
I've been observed the growth of India for over 20 years. But now we see the shift from mobile to daily necessities. I think this is very important. Japanese companies' entry started from automobile, has shifted to daily necessities. So first of all, they produce in India, as Her Excellency mentioned, made in India, and there are goods imported from abroad. For example, when it comes to made in India, Nissin Food, Kameda, Yakult, Pigeon, Kai. These products are all produced in India. They are using India as a hub, production hub. By doing so, they can suppress the retail prices. If they import these products from abroad, of course, prices goes up. So the best way is in making inroad in India. I hope Japanese companies will continue to make an effort. Next, in 2016. As MD of Kai India, I established an organization. And these are the elements that I especially paid attention to. First of all, Japanese style by India style equals competitive hybrid organization. So by incorporating good points or strength of both Japanese style and India style, I was thinking to establish competitive hybrid organization. To this end, first, morning assembly, company creed, radio exercises, 5 S's, reporting, communication, consultation. They're all very important. In Japanese companies, it is often said that it is too old and outdated. They're too old and outdated. However, in India, reporting, communication, consultation, which is called Horenso, I added 2 elements of requesting and thank you. So when we request, in India, we don't often say onegaishimasu or arigato, thank you. But all relationships start from these 2 points, which is very important, I think. Next, talent is the key. The most important thing is talent, human resources. We started Kai India only with 7 people, but now we have 350 employees in Kai India. IT, finance, sales marketing, HR, production quality. We established 5 organizations or 5 departments. And what do we need to think? We have to have very serious HR leader, and that person should be Indian,
個人が一番分かってるんです。
because Indian understand the most.
出身っていうのが名前と名字で分かるわけです。
We can tell we are from our names.
人材選びに気をつけなかったら、
If you are not cautious about selecting the right people,
私は思ってます。
there's no doubt that you will struggle going forward. And I struggled
初めて
in my case
行った時に
when I first traveled to India.
貧乏くじ引いたかなと思った。
I felt like I'm so unlucky.
考えてみれば、
However,
引くのにも運が必要ですよ。
in order to get the unfortunate lottery, you have to have luck.
ポジティブに考えて、
So I was very positive and I determined to complete it
なかなか戻って
in 3 years. However, for the next 9 years, they didn't ask me to come back to Japan.
っていうのかな。
So I was a kind of a reverse second. I was under reverse secondment.
やっぱり真面目にやった場合は、
However, if you are serious and you address it seriously, you will success. You will be success or successful. You will succeed.
日本人の良いところ、
Good characteristics of Japanese people: very serious, work very hard, don't tell a lie,
約束を守る。
and stick to their promise.
だから日本人がインドに行くときに
When Japanese people travel to India,
何時間もかかってます。
I think they are
戦いがもう 50%、you are winning。
willing 50%.
イメージ
is excellent in India. People respect you. People like you. あと何が足りないっていう
Then what's missing?
小さなストレスの積み重ねに対応する。
They have to learn how to handle the accumulation of small stresses. Many things happen.
年の
For example, last year,
11月までグラウンドにいまして、
up to November, I was in ground.
1年間はっきり言えば日本で大したこと起きてないんです。
And to be honest, nothing
インドでない
serious happened in Japan. However, in India,
面白いっていう。
many serious things happened every day in India, which is very challenging and interesting. Mood of Indian people. It is required to get used to the rhythm of Indian people. In Japan, we often say that we need to stick to something for 3 years. 3 years on a stone, but I would like to say 10 years on a stone. I'm Indian, I promise it. Please believe me. It's not that easy.
じゃあインドは日本と全く違うんです。
India is totally different from Japan.
3年かかるんですよ。
To get used to it, it takes 3 years.
1年かかったら日本人3年かかる。
Indian people get used to Japan in a year.
だからこそ
That is a starting point.
私は10年
Therefore,
計画は
I should say that you should stick with it for 10 years, and you have to have 10-year plan.
継続は力なり。それが
Continuation gives a power.
大好きなところ。
This is one of my favorite sayings.
インドでビジネスをしていくときにとっても大切な
What is important
マインドがあります。
is the mindset
学ぶ姿勢、
when you proceed with your business in India. You have to have speedy decision-making capability, and you have to have the attitude to learn, listen to others, and teach. And you also need to make an effort to understand culture, religion,
簡単ですけど
history in India.
本当に。腹打ちが
But they are not enough.
ぜひ 少し努力した方がいいと思います。
So I recommend that you should push your boundaries or envelopes.
インドのニューデリー
In
にいらっしゃる
India, New Delhi,
トップですけど、ジェトロの
Jetro Suzuki-san is a top of
いくつか
Jetro India, and I borrowed some slides. I'm going to show you them.
経済水準に大きな地区が
There is the gap in economic
ないんですけど、
situation from region to region. That's not the case in Japan. However, there's a huge gap of GDP
違うと
between regions, among regions.
インド各地にある
In
企業
Japanese companies
ラジャスタン、ウタラプラデシ
are scattered in India,
ュ、マハラシュトラなどなど、北部619社、
619 countries
社
in East,
西部270社。
270 in the West.
このスライドが非常に
In 463 companies in Southeast. So these slides are very interesting. 70% of Japanese companies in India
時価です。
are in black.
7割ですよ。
70%. Sorry, 70%.
Japanese companies are
Profitable today. And 70% of Japanese companies in India are thinking of expansion. 拡大しようとしている。
They are planning to expand their businesses in India.
ハイインディアンも例外ではございません。
And Kai India is no exception.
先ほど申し上げた
As I mentioned earlier,
この工業団地
Japanese companies have 11 industrial parks.
ジェトロさんが関わってます。 我々
JIT in blue involves Jetro.
ラナインダストリアルパーク先ほど申し上げた
As I mentioned earlier, Nimrana Industrial Park
工業団地
is what I touch upon. And we have Kai India's factory there.
大胆に挑む。
Be bold.
やっぱり成功したいのはね、
Embrace challenge.
すればいい。
If you want to be successful, what do you need to do?
アパホテルの
Appa Hotel
同じことやってます
CEO are doing the same thing.
それと同じことをやってしまうじゃないか。
So we determined to do the same thing with them.
これ私です。
This is me.
整形してません。
I didn't go through plastic surgery. My beard was longer.
これがタイムス・オブ・インディアに一面で出してます。
And this was featured in Times of India,
そう
the front page of it.
そう私はこだわってるのが、
What we're particular about selling our products is
カミソリ、
to sell it in Japanese name.
爪切り、
To nail clipper. Don't change hocho to knives. No. Let's use kamisori, hocho, sumekiri. それが売りです。
That is a selling point.
ではありません。
We're not just selling products.
日本を
We are selling Japanese brand.
私は確信しています。
I'm very confident about this.
ナマステサムライ。
Namaste, samurai.
この撮影、朝の4時にスタジオ借りてやってます。
So this picture was taken at 4 a.m. at a studio in Japan.
笑いサラリーマンがやるような話ですけど、
So in Japan, drunk businessmen wear high on their forehead.
なんか
But what I wanted to express is that I'm energetic. So even after coming back from workplace, I'm suggesting that we should cook. Next step.
なんでしょ
What is it?
う気づいてくるインド行ってください
Visit India.
Seeing is believing
見ればわかります。
When you see it, you understand. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for your presentation. 最後に株式会社
The last presenter is Mr. Sayu Shinya, Director General of SPRIX. He will be talking about Japanese-style education service in India.
Shinya, Director General, SPRIX Inc. to make a presentation on Japanese-style education in India.
ナグマ・モハメド・マリック大使閣下
Her Excellency Ms. Naguma Mohammed Malik, Ambassador Designate of India to Japan, and His Excellency Mr. Ino Toshio, State Minister of Economy, Trade and Industry, and distinguished guests. I'm honored to have this opportunity. I'm Sayu Shinya, Director General of SPRINGS, in charge of overseas business. SPRINGS is, the spring is from the spring. We are aiming to bring about spring to everyone in the world through education service. We were founded in 1997 in Nagaoka City, Niigata Prefecture, but right now we are headquartered in Shibuya. And our main business is to provide K-12 education service. Our annual revenue is 35 billion yen. We employ 1,550 staff, and we have 600 education centers, which include cram schools, and more than 70 students per year got enrolled in our education center. But there are three key lines of business. First of all, school operation. This is cram school, and also we run a university too, and also we run a Japanese language school. And the second line of business is education content. So we operate education center or cram schools, and all those learning materials have been developed by our team. And then we also sell the educational content that we develop to outside. And number 3, the certification. It's called TOEFAS. This is about the international fundamental academic skills comprising the programming and calculation or math. And of these, in the red dotted boxes are operated in overseas market as well. And the Sorajuku on the left, this is the tutoring service and widely used in Japan. And we have been expanding our business overseas. We have our branch offices in 6 countries: the Philippines, Vietnam, India, Brazil, and San Diego. Through them, we are providing our educational services, and we do have branch office in New Delhi in India. And our educational contents are usually provided to public education, and thus we have built strong ties with the education ministries or governments. of different countries, we have signed MOUs with governments or education ministries and so on. We haven't signed any MOUs yet with Indian government, but we are hoping to do that in the future. Let me tell you more about our Indian business. Sorajuku, the tutoring service online, is widely available in Japan, and we are also operating that business in Japan, and it's under the brand name called Ikupa. And here is the comparison or differences between Indian and Japanese education market. Well, in India, the large classroom style teaching is dominant, but in Japan, the one-on-one tutoring is prevailing recently. But we like to spread one-on-one tutoring service in India. And for us to expand our business in India, we had to do some localization. Well, in Japan, usually one tutor teach 2 students, but in India, it's 1 to 2. 1 to 2 tutoring is provided, but also we are providing one-on-one tutoring service. And in Japan, because of declining population, the number of young people who go through the entrance examination of university, in Japan, to reduce the burden of entrance examination preparation, the universities look at the academic achievement while they are enrolled in high schools, but that is not the case in India. And our tutors are those graduated from IITs only. So it's like in Japan, it's like the University of Tokyo in the context of Japan. So IITs are privileged schools. So let me show you some video footage.
Hello. Hi.
Hello. Good morning.
How's your weekend?
We went to the movie. This was fun.
Oh, I played cricket. Shall we start?
K squared is equals to 7 and 5 R squared.
That's correct.
Okay, I got it.
What is the answer? Is it tricky? D equals to root 35 times 5. That's it.
So at the beginning of class, the tutor and students had communications. Our motto is that enjoy learning and achieve high academic skills. So that's our motto, and we bring that motto to Indian business too. And like I said, IIT is India's top engineering universities, and a total number of students are over 100,000. But it's really competitive to enter. Of 1.4 million people who take examination, only 1,200 people pass prestigious universities. And we try to differentiate ourselves from other education services available in India. And one distinct point is that we use the tutor style system, and also we hire teachers who graduated from the IITs only. And mostly we
実際我々は本当に力入れておりまして、4人の駐在員も
use our Japanese style education in India. And right now there are 4 Japanese tutors. They are mostly part-timers, but we are also hiring the IIT for my IIT graduate. So our business is generating improving jobs. And also, we use internet as an advertising media, but we also visit local high schools, and make presentations on our service to high school students. Our business is still small, but the growth rate is significant. Months over months, the number of students has been growing rapidly. And the second line of business is education content creation, and our educational content has been provided to both public and private schools in India. It's just started, but we are hoping to grow this business. And so we are rolling out a Japanese style education business to overseas, and it's called STEM education service. So the TOEFAS is one of the certification program, and SPRIX, that is the programming self-learning program. And also we have school curriculums for teacher training. Those 3 are packaged together to sell the local educators. And let me tell you more about the TOEFAS. That covers from the primary school, second year of primary school to the first year of the high school. But the purpose of TOEFAS is to measure or assess the fundamental academic skills at the early age. And 15 million people around the world have taken the TOEFAS test. And in the age of AI, the programming is one of the important fundamental academic skills, and that's why our application program includes the programming. So, and after we roll out the program, we submit the analysis reports, which will show our customers, usually the government agencies, can tell the effectiveness of our program. And also such reports help the individual student or school understand where the improvement needs lies. And the self-assessment or teacher training program are also provided. And once we carry out the TOEFAS testing, we also organize the ceremony too. Now, we just started business in India, but in Egypt, over 1 million people have been using this Japanese style education package. So we will proactively expand the business in India for both tutoring program and the TFAS or other certification programs. Again, our journey in India got started, and we will proactively contribute to Indian education through our Japanese style program. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Sayu.
Event on India-Japan Next Generation Economic Partnership, Inauguration of India-Japan SME Forum today. On behalf of the Embassy of India, we thank everyone for your participation today. Thank you very much. 以上をもちまして、本日のイベント、日印経済パートナーシップ日印中小企業フォーラムを終了とさせていただきます。本日はご参加いただきまして誠にありがとうございました。If you have used simultaneous interpretation, please return to the reception desk. Thank you very much. 同時通訳レシーバーをお使いになった方は必ず受付までご返却をお願いいたします。 And we will have a networking session with lunch at this same venue. The hotel staff will have to change the layout of the venue, and some of the chairs need to be removed for the preparation. Thank you for your understanding and cooperation. この後、この本会場で引き続き就職付きネットワーキングセッションとなります。皆様、ぜひご参加くださいませ。会場のレイアウト変更のために、ホテルスタッフが椅子を移動したりいたしますので、皆様ご協力いただきますようよろしくお願いいたします。当時通訳レシーバーは受付までご返却をお願いいたします。誤ってお持ち帰りになりますようくれぐれもご注意くださいませ。